West, it may as well think again. No capital city has suffered more terribly than Warsaw, now liberated from the murderous rule of the Hun in the very opening phase of Stalin's End the War offensive. This was the scene in Warsaw in September 1939, the first month of the war. Subjected to almost continuous bombardment by the Luftwaffe, the Polish capital with its 1 million inhabitants fought on against overwhelming strength for 3 weeks. Completely cut off, with supplies of food and water almost finished, with totally inadequate defensive equipment, a helpless target for Hitler's bombs and shells, Warsaw fought on till the 27th of September. Since the day of surrender, a blackout of total misery has enveloped the city, apart from flashes of news of appalling atrocities to illuminate its plight. In September 1944, when the Red Army captured the suburb of Praga, Polish forces of resistance were again fighting inside the city. Yet once again their struggle ended in failure. And only now, in January 1945, can Warsaw's liberation be acclaimed. This is how Moscow celebrated the triumph of the Red Army. Naturally, it's too soon to receive Russian newsreels of the new offensive. Moreover, when the Red Army broke through in the south, it moved at such a pace that progress must be reported hourly to be up to date. The advance towards Silesia at an early stage covered about 100 miles in 3 days. Then came the news of the outflanking breakthrough north and south of the Polish capital and its liberation. Berlin said the Russians were attacking from at least 8 points, claiming only to have held them on the East Prussian front. News of prisoners taken was by no means prominent at this stage of the offensive, but we may certainly expect to see pictures reminiscent of the great Stalingrad victory when the defeated Huns were marched away into captivity in their tens of thousands. But already the Allies have the best of reasons for celebrating the latest Soviet victories. While the offensive crashes on across Poland towards the Reich, the Allies paid tribute to the men of the Red Army and to their brilliant leaders, Marshal Konev, who directs them in the south, Marshal Zhukov on his right flank, southwest of Warsaw, Marshal Rokossovsky to the north, and Stalin himself, the great marshal of the whole Soviet Union. Moscow says this offensive is one to end the war, and without any doubt it will go far to achieve that object. While the British Empire, America, France and all our allies continue to fight Hitler in the West, we all paid tribute to the tremendous blows now being struck in the East by the skill and resolution of the Red Army.